Happy birthday to you, Dati Rasti Kureto.
Great, 19 years old. I'm getting older. What's there to be excited about? Nice, now I'm in the spirit. Happy birthday to me, everyone. Now I'm gonna gift myself with some nostalgia! With a PS1 game that's really nostalgic to me. But guys, to be honest, I really don't know what I should review. What's a really nostalgic PS1 game to me? Nah, I'm not ready for that. Nah, I already did that. Nah, wait, come back! Hello everyone and welcome back to GameTalk, where we talk about games. But today's episode won't be about a game necessarily, but do you remember the PS1 demo discs? How awesome were they? Screw off pre-order early access downloadable demos that we have nowadays. Nah, I don't want that. I want to find my demo disc in some magazine at the corner shop or the supermarket or the brothel. No, not that. I didn't get to experience that phenomenon myself as I was much too young. Well, not the brothel part, but the demo disc part. But I always had some PS1 demo discs lying around that others obtained and handed it down to myself. However, I did get to experience some demo discs that came with other games, like the Resident Evil 2 demo within the director's cut of the first game, or was available in other games through cheats, like Spyro and Crash having each other's demos within their games. But this is when we delve into Demo 1, a series of demo discs which had various demos of other games within them. These were packaged with PAL region PS1s, and I said series because Demo 1 isn't the first demo. All versions were called Demo 1. Either it was named that because of the PS1, or maybe 1 was the only number Sony knew and just went with that. These were great as it gave you various demos of PS1 games to give you an idea on what to buy. I've played this one that let me experience certain games for the first time, like the original Crash Bandicoot, Tekken 2, Destruction Derby 2, and Wipeout 2097. But the one that I have the most nostalgia for is Demo 1 version 5. And there's not much else to say really, besides I don't have the original packaging and only the disc. So this is gonna be hard because I usually put the game box up there. I mean, I have this, which was an older version of Demo 1, but yeah, actually screw it, I'm gonna put it up there. There we go, that works. Let's have a look at some demos Demo 1 has to offer and get supplied with our daily dose of nostalgia. Oh yeah, Demo 1, here we go. You know, that logo used to scare me. It kinda still does in a way. I wonder why. It then shows you a montage of gameplay footage from PS1 games, and for some reason, no game on this disc shows up in the montage. I see Tekken, but there is no Tekken. Sony, you dirty liars, I was promised Tekken! Oh, and this music is absolutely amazing. Man, you cannot replicate the charm of the PS1, can you? As we go through the menu... Was that a Microsoft PowerPoint transition? We have a fair bit of content to choose from, but we're going to start off with the games, of course. We've got 8 demos and we'll go through them individually. Game 1, Abe's Oddysee. Not only is this a great game to start off on, but Oddworld Abe's Oddysee is actually one of my favorite games ever made. Maybe even one of the best games ever made. I don't know, I feel like everything it does is damn near as flawless as a Golden Gay time, but I'll go through the actual game another time. Demo it is for now. Yeah, that logo, something about it freaks me out. I don't know what it is. Maybe how it's just an empty black void in the background with complete silence. And as it fades out, it just brings up the suspense as if something bad was about to... Yeah, I think I found out why the Demo 1 logo scared me. I think it repressed the memory of Abe scaring the shit out of me as a kid. It still got me today, and I completely forgot about it. And I bet it scared all of you too. Don't lie, you sad, strange little man. Well, first off, it shows a shortened version of the actual game's intro. But of course, it has different dialogue. You still have good old Abe narrating and the absolute gorgeous FMV, which still looks amazing to this day. And it briefly goes over the plot of the game. Abe is a slave at Rupture Farms, which is the biggest meat processing plant on Oddworld. He finds out that the Gluckans are planning to use the Mudokon slaves as meat for profit. Abe escapes and is now wanted. You don't usually have cutscenes or plot in demos, so that's pretty awesome. Alright, into gameplay. The demo of the game basically consists of the first part of the game being the main parts of Rupture Farms, with a lot of sections blocked off though, and also a small section of the polluted stockyards. And I know the first part of the game so much that I know to do this. Come on. I know there's a secret room there. Come on, game, don't do this to me. Fine. I guess it's inaccessible in the demo.
Everything I know is a lie.
Yeah, it feels great revisiting this. I adore the gritty and disgusting visuals of Rupture Farms along with the stealthy music. The atmosphere is just beautiful in this game. The demo isn't too far off the actual game in terms of mechanics. You can talk to Mudokons using the way ahead of its time GameSpeak mechanic.
Hello, follow me, okay.
Best character interaction ever, 10 out of 10. You can possess Sligs to talk to and kill other Sligs while simultaneously blowing up the possessed Slig. Abe, you're a sick bastard. And while there obviously aren't as many Mudokons to save, you can still save the ones that do appear. You've got to be shitting me. No, how dare you? You vermin. How dare you not cater to my nostalgia? That sound, when you save the Madokans, it doesn't play in the demo. And you know what? Screw you. I'm gonna go on YouTube and hear it for myself. That's more like it. Orgasmic, isn't it? I mean, that's basically it for the first demo. And due to how the game likes to shove the fact in your face that this game isn't a walk in the park, I was actually playing for about a whole 20 minutes to half an hour. That's pretty good for a demo. The jump scare, however, I'm scarred for life. But you know what they say, a small bit of Abe for a small bit of Gabe. Who says that? Game 2, Hercules. Guys. No, guys. This goddamn demo, man, I played it religiously when I was a kid, over and over, multiple times a day. So I just got a huge whiff of nostalgia. Joke's getting old. I had the actual Hercules game, which was named Disney's action game featuring Hercules. What kind of name is that? Can't it just be called Hercules? Well, it's not the longest title for a piece of media. You also have Borat, Cultural Learnings of America for Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan. But despite me having the actual game, I found it very difficult as a kid. But since I experienced this first, I played the absolute shit out of it. Not just the music or the visuals is bringing back memories, but literally every single sound as well. Like Hercules charging up his fist to knock down pillars. And especially this clip. Hercules. Legit, that line made me think that Hercules had a silent S in his name, pronouncing it Hercules. So when talking about him or the game or the movie or whatever, I would call it Hercules. Not Hercules. But it actually just says Herculade. As in the drink, it's Herculade. I was a weird kid, wasn't I? This demo is simply a shortened version of one of the levels in the full game. While this is fun and incredibly nostalgic, you have certain issues such as... How was I supposed to see that coming? Plus, you can't even tell who the background characters or enemies are. It's really weird. You fight a Minotaur at the end of the level, which is more boring than watching paint grow or grass dry. And for some reason as a kid, I would never grab this last power-up because I had the thought in my head that if you grabbed it, Hercules would drink poison and die. The demo just ends after you get it. Why did I think that it killed him? What was wrong with me? Game 3, Lifeforce Tenka. Never heard of it, can't remember it either. Oh, okay, so I remember why I don't remember this game. I would turn off the PS1 at the loading screen because I thought the disc was getting destroyed by a laser. Don't ask, okay? Kid me was something else. I thought the weirdest shit about such small things, and you know what? This isn't even the worst of it. After playing Resident Evil, I thought the PS1 was haunted, for God's sake. What's wrong with me? No, actually, I do remember this. It seems to be a futuristic shooter with drones and robots and such. These controls are awful. Holy shit. They're like tank controls, but to strafe, you have to hold down the right trigger and press left and right on the D-pad, making it impossible to turn and strafe at the same time. And I haven't played a lot of PS1 first-person shooters, but for something like Duke Nukem Total Meltdown or the Doom port on the PS1, controls way better in a similar style. Still horrible, but here I just can't. After a while, this timer showed up, and after it finished... Well, that's one way to end the demo. Game 4, Porsche Challenge. Are you ready? No, I'm not ready. Wait, what the hell was going on? What are the controls? How do I change the camera angle? What? Okay, now I've got it. I mean, this is okay, I guess. It's one of those arcadey style races where the checkpoints will give you more time to keep racing and beat the other racers. The game is clearly very jumpy and sensitive with the controls as well. It's an okay racer, but it does get boring really quickly, and it definitely doesn't stand up to how other PS1 racers control. Game 5, Rage Racer. Wait, you mean Ridge Racer, right?
Rage Racer.
Okay, touche. No, but seriously, Rage Racer was actually the third installment of the Ridge Racer series, and while I really like Ridge Racer Type 4, let's see how this game is. Well, first off, there's an actual menu for this demo, but you can't scroll through anything. There's only one track and one car to choose. Okay, what was the point of the menu then? And when we get into gameplay...
Okay, final lap.
What? Final lap? We just started! Rage Racer definitely feels better to play than Porsche Challenge, though again, it still feels off. You can't drive off-road for some reason. The drifting feels weird, and it's overall just not a very realistic feeling game. And holy shit, we've invaded the village of... Hercules! I much prefer Ridge Racer Type 4 over what I've seen from Rage Racer, though in terms of controls, it's no Gran Turismo. Not even close. Game 6, Rapid Racer. Jeez, what's with all these racing games? If you're gonna have racing games and not rascal races, then I'm not interested. Well, this is actually a boat racing game, and you know what? I was pleasantly surprised by the way way the physics work. While it is very hard to control and hard to get used to, it accurately represents how a speedboat would control in the rapids in real life. Oh, I see what they mean. It's very slidey and bumpy and sensitive, and I love it. It also has the same checkpoint system as Porsche Challenge, and I would have to look into the full game because it controls surprisingly realistic for a PS1 game. Game 7, Kurushi, how do you say that? This was dubbed Intelligent Qube in the US region. I've always heard about this game, and I remember playing this demo when I was younger, but I don't know that much about it, so I guess the tutorial will help me.
The concept of the game is to try to capture the cube.
I mean, yeah, you can finish your line before fading out, mate.
The player can mark a spot on the stage by pressing the X.
Okay, nah, screw you, I'll be alright by myself. Okay then. This is actually a puzzle game where you do your best to deactivate the cubes from falling off the stage. It is pretty difficult and I'm pretty bad at it, I won't lie. I probably should have listened to the tutorials. But this game is kinda ominous with no music and the only sounds to hear are your echoey footsteps and the big thumps of the cubes moving towards you. When I couldn't deactivate all the cubes, this happened. That was the most haunting thing I've ever seen in my life. Kids to adults, are you normal? Jesus Christ, you'll traumatize people like that. Then the game decided to insult me and said I have 0 IQ. Them's be fighting words, game. I'll drop you faster than Ada did to Annette Birkin.
Too bad.
The last game, Game 8. Overboard. I'm pretty sure this one was called Shipwreckers in US. And I actually own this game for myself and the game is pretty decent but fairly hard. You're a lone wolf ship destroying other ships, getting items, avoiding obstacles and sailing around. What the actual... Jeez, that came from the game itself, not me increasing the volume or distorting it. Jeez. Now I know how it feels when I do random shit like... But with that being said... Nevertheless though, Demo 1 makes no list. Yeah, I can't really give it a rating or judge it because it's just a bunch of demos. But I just wanted to dedicate this special edition of Game Talk to something, you know, special, something nostalgic, and this happened to be it. And you know what? I had a load of fun revisiting it. Oh...
What a waste of an episode.
What are you still doing here?
Waiting for an interesting Game Talk episode? How about you review a proper game like this?
I literally reviewed that game a few weeks ago.
Well, what about this or this?
If I tell you there's a bottle of Jack Daniels in the kitchen, would you leave me alone?
Looks like it's time to drink myself silly.
Well, that's basically it. How do I end off this video? Oh wait, there was more stuff to the Demo 1 disc besides the games. Well, there's a VCD mode where you can insert a CD into the PlayStation to listen to music and have video cues along with it. I really wasn't bothered to use that. Then you also have trailers and gameplay footage of other games like Roscoe McQueen and Soul Blade, and a 3D tech demo where you get to observe 3D models like a T. Okay, I'm done. That was way too scary. Bye. If you send me a birthday message in the comments, you'll win a prize. And this is no ordinary prize either. This prize is my admiration. Thank you all so much once again for sitting through another one of my stupid videos. If you want to support me and the channel, then don't forget to share this video around as well as drop a like. And if you haven't already, then subscribe with those notifications turned on because you'll not want to miss out on an upload. Thank you all so much once again. And I will talk to you before you know it. See you later.